Good morning on this Saturday, December 15th, Vlogmas Day 15. We are at the gas station. We just got some gas. John and the boys are inside getting some breakfast. I actually brought my breakfast with me because I track everything I eat. Anyway, I am just sitting in the car waiting for them. We already got the gas. The pumps are behind us there. But they're in there getting their breakfast, and then we're gonna go pick up my father-in-law, and then we're gonna go visit John's uncle. John's uncle has ALS, Lou Gehrig's disease, and was diagnosed maybe 2 years ago. He's been doing actually really good with it. He was a very, very strong man. Hard laborer his whole life. Worked on, John's grandparents owned a farm, worked on their farm his whole life. He also was a truck driver, just like a local truck driver for a company here in town. And they have multiple plants in town, so he would just drive materials back and forth throughout town. So he was never like a long haul. He just drove, like I said, in town all day long, back and forth, moving material between the warehouses and between the manufacturing plants and stuff that are here in town. But so he was like super strong, like physically strong when he was diagnosed. And they said he had a good chance of living for a longer period of time than a lot of people who are diagnosed with ALS. But John got an email earlier this week from his dad saying, hey, he's not doing real well. He doesn't really leave his house. He can't talk. He lost the ability to talk, and he pretty much just stays home. And at this point, it's probably just a matter of time. I guess it's probably been closer to 3 years, because the last time I actually saw him in person was when my in-laws moved to their new house, which was about 2 years ago. And he had already been diagnosed for a while before then. Yeah. ALS is not a good thing. And for him, he was actually in Vietnam, and they believed that it was probably a result of something that he was exposed to when he was in Vietnam. So anyway, John's other uncle, my father-in-law has two brothers. There's three there, three boys. His other uncle actually was diagnosed as Parkinson's, not about the same time, a little bit actually before this uncle got diagnosed with ALS. The other uncle got diagnosed with Parkinson's. So, yeah, he's not doing as bad. He is not deteriorated as quickly. And then my father-in-law actually has some severe heart problems. They're under control, but he has a bad valve. In fact, he has one valve that's only like working at like 10% of its actual capability. So all three boys aren't doing real good, but they're not young. I mean, they're not old, but they're not young. My father-in-law is 71, and then his two brothers are younger than he is. So they're all in their late 60s. So the one with ALS is probably somewhere around 68, somewhere in that range, 68, 69. So anyway, we're gonna go visit him. I don't know how long we'll be there. John had a relationship with him growing up. They worked on the farm together, so he's a little shook up. But anyway, they are paying for their food now, so they'll be out any minute. It's raining, it's ugly. We've got about a 45-minute drive over to where his uncle lives, so yeah. We will see you guys later today. I've got a lot of stuff I wanted to do. I wanted to do a foundation review, which I'm obviously not going to do. It depends on what time we get home. If we get home by 12, I might still do the foundation review. We'll see. I might still do it if we get home by 12 o'clock. If it's much later than that, like if it's anything after 1, because I wear it for 8 hours. If it's after 1 o'clock, I'm definitely not going to do it today. I'll just wait and do it tomorrow. But I do need to get started on those for January. I'm just very behind. So, anyhow, I still have a couple of other videos I need to film for December, which if I don't get the foundation review done today, I will probably do those other videos today so that they're done. So anyway, a lot of time in the car today, and I wanted to try out some desserts. I wanted to try out my cinnamon roll recipe, which I still might do, and I wanted to bake some cookies, which I still might do. So, and then we still gotta decorate the tree again. Anyway, all right, I will see you guys later. Bye. All right, everybody, it is mid-afternoon. It's actually only 3:15. It feels way later in the day than 3:15. We've been home for a couple of hours. I actually got Monday's mukbang edited, and then I'm gonna start uploading. It's processing right now. I'm gonna upload it once it's done, but it is time to start baking. We are gonna start with the sticky buns to see how they turn out. And then after we get sticky buns done, we're gonna probably do cookies because we can freeze the cookies. So we were back in the bedroom, and Buttercup came out here and went right in her cage because she wants a T-R-E-A-T. Don't you? Yes, you do. I'll give you one because you're a sweetheart. She knows that when she goes in there, she gets one, so she's gonna get one. Plus, she always thinks I'm leaving. Like if I'm upstairs and I come downstairs, she thinks I'm leaving. If I'm in the bedroom and I come out here, she thinks I'm leaving. And now Wednesday just went in her cage. Trying to open the bag of treats with one hand, not very easy. Oh, what do we got going on in here? I'm just gonna split this treat in half and give each of you half of it because Wednesday's in her cage now too. Anyway, I wanted to say hello. We got back from my husband's uncle's house. Actually, he was doing pretty good. He was doing better than I expected him to be. So he was up and talking and moving around and talking to us and stuff. Oh, thank you. Can you just put that right there? Can you give that to Wednesday and that to Buttercup? Thank you. Anyway, so I don't even remember what I was just saying. I just had to cut a portion because I was giving Nick directions. Anyway, oh, my husband's uncle is actually doing pretty good. He was up and he was talking and he was moving around and he was walking around, and better than I expected from how my father-in-law described it. So he's doing better than what I expected. Anyway, like I said, it's only 3:15, so we're gonna try to do the sticky buns first, then we're probably gonna do cookies, and then I might film some Epic Beauty Fail videos tonight. Obviously, I didn't do my foundation review. We didn't get back here until 1:30-ish, somewhere in there. It was like 1:30 by the time we got home. So I didn't get the foundation review started. Anyway, we're gonna try to get these done. I think we're gonna eat sticky buns for dinner because, you know, super healthy. But the number of calories that they are in, plus the number of calories that I had at lunch. So yeah, this recipe is gonna make 9 sticky buns, and I think I'm gonna eat 2 of them, and that'll be the rest of my calories for the day. So unless I go exercise, which is not likely. Anyway, so I'm gonna get started on these sticky buns, and I'll see you guys later. Bye. Oh my golly, the sticky buns just came out of the oven. I'm gonna show them to you. Hold on one second. There they are. They look so good. Oh my gosh. So I need to let them sit for 5 minutes. They've been sitting for 1 minute so far. I gotta let them sit for 4 more minutes. Then we're gonna take them over the table and flip them over. And then John needs to go to Starbucks because he needs to get a, I don't know, bonus star thing or something. I don't know. I don't do Starbucks, so he needs a bonus star thing. So we're going to go get whatever he needs, coffee, tea, hot chocolate, something like that. And then we're going to come back and he's going to drink his beverage with his sticky bun. They look really good. Get one. All weekend. Buy one, get one free all weekend. Yes, as long as you have a car. So they look super good. All the gooiness is actually like soaking into the bun right now. The buns, they look so good. Oh, I wanted to show you too. I told you I was going to show you the broken stand and then the new stand. So, look, it's John. Look, it's Nick. So this, oh my golly.
And I'm done.
This is the broken stand. I don't know if you can see. See how those like screws like broke through the plastic? Yeah. And then, do I crawl down on the floor and show you the new one? Hold on, let me see if I can show it to you. Let's see.
You go hang out with Nick.
There it is. So it is a metal stand. John went over to the tree farm right around the corner, and what did they say? It was made in Pennsylvania,
Yes,
right? All metal.
It's all metal. It's drilled. So you have to have a huge hole, tapered hole drilled in the bottom of your tree.
Yeah.
And pretty much it balances itself.
So the guy came in and he actually came over. Yeah, he actually drove over here from the farm. The farm is not where we bought our tree at, but it's the closest place. Well, it's not the closest place. There's actually a tree farm right on the end of our neighborhood, but this was a different place. And
But I don't know if that guy sells stands.
I don't know that he sells stands either. Anyway, long story short, John bought the stand. The lady who was, I guess it's a couple that owns this farm, the lady was like, go drill the hole for them. So the lady talked her husband into coming in and drilling the hole in our tree. So he drove over here and drilled a hole in our tree so we could get it on the stand. So it's all ready to go. Anyway, I think I have like 1 more minute till I have to flip over my sticky buns. So I'm going to go, and then we're going to go to Starbucks. So we'll see you guys later. The verdict on the sticky buns. They weren't as sweet as sticky buns with sugar. Obviously, I didn't use sugar. I used a fake sugar. I used allulose. So they weren't as sweet as sticky buns made with sugar. I also undercooked them. I should have left them cooking for about 5 more minutes. So I had already turned the oven off. I did end up putting them back in the oven with it off while we ran to Starbucks. And then when we came back, they were more cooked. So I definitely need to try them again and cook them just a couple minutes longer. I was worried they were going to burn, so I wanted to get them out before they burned. And then they just ended up not being cooked the whole way. So definitely have to give them longer to cook. Were they okay? Yeah, they were okay. They were edible. I ate 2.5 of them. That was my dinner. I ate 2.5 of them. So they weren't bad. I have like 3 or 4 in the fridge. Nick had 1 and John had 1. John probably ate 1.5. I think he ate 1.5. Sorry. So I need to try them again. Tomorrow morning, I'm thinking I might get up and make blueberry muffins. I might film a what I ate in a day on Monday. No, it's gonna have to be Tuesday. Because I'm going into the office on Monday. Unless I only go in the office half day. I don't know. I'm gonna film one day in a day someday, either Monday or Tuesday. And one of the comments on last week's what I ate in a day, because I had fruit for breakfast, was, oh, all I could think of was blueberry muffins. So I was like, that doesn't sound bad. Maybe I'll use the rest of my blueberries and make blueberry muffins. So I'm thinking I might do that. John finished the rest of the red raspberries and blackberries, but the blueberries, we still have the blueberries left. I've got about half a container, which should be enough to make like a half a dozen muffins, something like that. So I'm thinking about making muffins tomorrow morning. We'll see. I have my alarm set for 8 because I don't want to sleep in too late, but right now I am exhausted. It is 9:30 and I am thoroughly and completely exhausted. And I so badly want to go to bed. So I'm going to take my computer upstairs. It is uploading 3 videos right now. I have 3 browser windows open that have 3 different videos uploading. I have yesterday's vlog. I've got Monday's mukbang, and I have my Tuesday epic beauty fail video all uploading right now. So there's that. Goal for tomorrow is to get my Tuesday taste test edited. I already well, I started it and then my software crashed, so I have to start over. I didn't get very far. I was only like a minute in, so it's not like I'm not heartbroken. So I do have to start that over. So I want to get that done tomorrow. There's a pay-per-view wrestling match tomorrow night, so I might just work on that while the boys are watching wrestling. But I'd like to do a foundation review tomorrow, since I didn't get to it today. So I'm thinking that my alarm's going off at 8. I might get up and make the blueberry muffins at that point. Well, I would get in the shower first. So make the blueberry muffins at like 9. And it's only supposed to take like a half an hour. I have a recipe from Big Man's World or something like that. Something like that. I can't remember. But I have a recipe to make them. And sorry, I'm so tired. So, make the blueberry muffins in the morning, go put my foundation on, and then go to my mother-in-law's for lunch, which I'm not eating anything because none of it is food I can eat. So I'm not going to be eating. And then we're thinking about stopping at Verizon. I currently use Sprint for my wireless service, but they're making me upset. And not even Sprint so much as they have all these specials for new subscribers to their wireless service. But anybody who's an existing customer pretty much gets screwed. And they're like, yeah, thanks, but no thanks. You know, I'm not going to give you any discount on the phone, and I'm not going to give you any discount on the service, and I'm not going to do anything. Whereas if I go somewhere else for a year or 2 years and then go back to Sprint, at least if their history proves true, they're going to have a special at some point where they're like, transfer to us and you get, you know, this discounted rate, or you get that phone for less money or whatever. So I think after we go to my mother-in-law's tomorrow, we're probably going to go to the Verizon store. The only problem there is that Neil was not planning on buying a phone. So he's going to have to, because our phones are Sprint phones. So, and he doesn't have to buy like an Apple. Like Verizon's running a deal right now that if you buy an Apple XS, you get an XR for free. So, and Sprint's running that deal too, but only if you're adding a line or a new customer. And we're not looking to add a line. We don't have any other lines to add. So if we switch providers and go to Verizon, we'll get John said he wants to take the XR. So I'd buy my XS, he would get the XR, and then Neil would have to buy a phone. There's tons of options. If he just wants to get a cheap phone, he can get a cheap phone. It's, you know, it's not a big deal. But Sprint's just not treating us right as an existing customer. They're just like, yeah, no. And maybe if I went in and talked to somebody, they might be able to offer us a deal, but we tried that before. Like, we've gone in a couple years ago, they were running a really great deal. That it was like $35 per line or something like that. Unlimited everything, $35 per line. And I went in, I'm like, well, I'm an existing customer. I'd really like your special deal. And they're like, no, that's for new customers only. I'm like, so what's your deal for existing customers? And they looked it up in the system, and they're like, well, you have the best deal we can give you as an existing customer. And I'm like, really? The only reason why we didn't change at that point was because Sprint was the only carrier offering unlimited. But now they all offer unlimited, so. Anyway. I've been talking for 7 minutes about nothing, and I'm exhausted, and I want to go to bed. So, today I am thankful that John and Nick we're able to redecorate the tree. It's basically done. We ended up not putting those extra lights on the top, so the top looks a little bit light heavy. And John's thinking he's going to actually tie it up to be just on the safe side, tie it. He hasn't done that yet, but he's saying he's going to do that. And then, yeah. I'm thankful that they got the tree done. And I'm also thankful, I should have said this too, I'm thankful we got to go see John's uncle. So, that was a nice trip. Over the mountain and through the woods to Uncle's house we go. It was nice. I'd never been in his house before. I'd driven past it a ton of times because he actually used to live right across the street from John's grandparents, which we'd gone to visit many, many times. So I've driven past his uncle's house multiple times. I've just never been in it. And this is the first time I was in it, and it was nice. It has this really big, huge, like, fireplace across from multiple sliding glass windows that opens out onto a deck. It's just a small deck. It's not like huge. It's literally like 4 feet wide or something, or deep or whatever. And then you look out and it's all farmland over there where he lives. It's like all farmland. And you look out and you just see pastures. That's it. So anyway, I hope today was better than yesterday, and I hope tomorrow will be just a little bit better than today. I hope y'all are having a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.